Hey guys, I'm Mezzy and welcome to this quick start guide for Mythic Karazhan Upper. Karazhan Upper is one of the Mega Dungeon wings joining the Mythic Plus dungeon pool in Season 4. You'll find the last 4 bosses here of the Karazhan dungeon. The first boss encounter is the Curator. This is a 2-phase encounter with 2 abilities in Phase 1 and 1 ability in Phase 2. In Phase 1, kill the lightning spark adds that spawn and move out of their swirl. Secondly, Curator will discharge power at the entire group regularly. Pools of lightning will spawn underneath you, which will remain there for the rest of the fight, so move out of the swirls. To save space, stack on top of the tank and move around the room as a group. Whenever swirls spawn, move further into the room only as far as you need to get out of the lightning. When the Curator runs out of mana, he will go into Phase 2. He will cast Evocation to restore his mana and take 100% increased damage during this phase. Use your DPS cooldowns here. Once he's got full mana again, he'll go back into Phase 1, rinse and repeat. The second boss is Shade of Medivh. In Phase 1, use the tank interrupt to interrupt the arcane piercing missiles before the spell cast finishes. Frostbite will stun a random player in ice. To freeze stunned players, when you get targeted by the fire spell Inferno Bolt, move to the ice block so that it is in the circle. Don't let anyone else be in the circle if you get targeted and there's no ice block to unfreeze. Both Frostbite and Inferno Bolt are interruptible, so communicate in the group and use the non-tank interrupts in a rotation to interrupt as many of these as you can. If someone gets encased in ice, let the next Inferno Bolt cast while the target moves to the ice block. When the boss has 100% mana, he will cast a special ability. If the frost spell Ceaseless Winter is cast, move or jump around to not be slowed and rooted while dealing with the other abilities. If the fire spell Flame Wreath is cast, do not move. I'll repeat, do not move. 2 players will have rings of fire around them for 20 seconds. If anyone moves through the fire rings, they will wipe the group. If the arcane spell Guardian's Image is cast, kill the adds fast and one at a time before the damage overwhelms you. Use your ranged interrupts to interrupt the adds that you're not currently killing. The third boss is the Mana Devourer. Drag the boss into the corner and have the group spread around the boss. Heal through the energy discharge AoE and move out of the arcane bomb swirls. When the arcane orbs are spawned by Coalesce power, prevent them from reaching the boss by standing in front of them. If the boss soaks too many orbs, he will reach 100% mana and kill the group. Soaking an orb will restore your mana and put a stacking dot on you, so share the soaking with the entire group. The stacking dot can be removed by standing in the purple void zone energy void. It will deal damage but remove 1 dot stack at a time. The final boss is Vizdoom the Watcher. This is a 3-phase encounter where each phase adds a new mechanic. Spread out to not be hit by abilities targeting other players. When you get targeted by Fell Beam, move away from the group and kite the beam. Don't stand in the fire pools that it leaves behind. When the Chaotic Shadows debuff is cast on you, move away from others. Stand still when it's dispelled or when it expires. Shadow orbs will shoot out of you, and if they hit anyone, they'll deal heavy AoE damage, so don't get hit by them. When the boss faces you and targets you with Disintegrate, move to the side to dodge the beam. If you get hit by the beam, you'll be knocked back. Burning Blast leaves a stacking dot on the tank, so interrupt it. Lastly, when you're bombarded, don't stand in the fell swirls. At 66%, the boss will transition to Phase 2. Walk into the portal to follow him up. While running towards him, dodge the Disintegrate beams to not be knocked back. He will shoot it through the middle, towards the left, or towards the right. The Soul Harvest conduits will deal damage to you if you touch them while dodging the beams. When a player reaches the boss, it will transition to the Phase 1 abilities on the small platform. The only difference is that now 2 players will be debuffed to shoot shadow orbs, so stay spread around the boss. At 33%, the boss will transition again and follow him. The difference between Phase 2 and 3 is that you'll have to kill adds. Round them up as you're running to the boss to interrupt his Stabilized Rift cast, and more will spawn throughout Phase 3. The final difference is that now 3 people will get the orb debuff at a time. And that's all you need to know for Karazhan Upper. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe and share it with others. I would very much appreciate it as it helps with the YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Twitter at wow_weekly, and to top it off, I've been streaming the Dragonflight Alpha a few times a week over on Twitch at twitch.tv/bbmezzy. So if you're interested, give me a follow as I don't follow a regular streaming schedule. For now, I'm Mezzy and I'll see you again next time.